Well, today we're going to be building up this bad boy, this chunky old beast. So I did a review of this out of the box. The shuttle from the Enterprise, the Galileo Shuttle, and this is the version with the full interior, crew, everything. So this is what we're going to be building. I still don't know at the moment whether I'm going to light it. I need to decide that. Sometimes lighting stuff is more hassle than it's sort of worth, because I very rarely ever go back and switch my lighting on. I put full lighting up in sea view up on the top. Never switch it on though. Just look at it. So I think I'm gonna have a look, see how it goes together, to see whether I'm gonna light it. But the first job is have a look at the parts, get the instructions out. So that's what we're going to do. It's a very big box. Right, let's have a look. So, what is the instructions wise? It says to put the people together first. That's possibly not a bad idea. I think there's clear parts for the instruments, and it does seem a shame not to put lights behind them, but we'll see as we go. So the first part then is getting the people together. Let's just bring this on this side. Just need to get my snips. Snips, got me glue. So that's the seat. Go back in it. So let's build these guys up. So these are all male crew members. There must be a sprue for a Uhura and the heads, but we're just gonna cut them out. So they're two-part bodies. Let's just cut the back bit out and see how that goes together, and then we'll tidy it all up. I've got a feeling there's going to be a bit of seam work to filler on these, but I'm going to cut all the parts out, trim them up, and then we'll come back and have a look. Okay, so I've glued the figures together. So we've got Chekhov, Zulu, Spock, really nice figures these, Kirk, McCoy, Uhura, and Scotty. And he's almost a figure set in themselves, they're so well detailed. So next step is looking at the ship itself. So interestingly, a lot of the consoles are in clear transparent plastic, but then they're against full bulkheads, so I don't know whether we're meant to drill behind these if we want to light them. I don't think so. I might put lights in this front bit, but I don't think I'm going to bother putting lights in the side parts, because it would be a lot of work for very little gain. So I think I'm just going to glue these on and then we'll paint them, but where I can do a screen, I'll probably do a screen. Some crocodile clips, and I also indicated the station and the walls. So I'm going to find a nice grey to paint them, and then it's going to be applying the stickers, decals. Okay, so I applied the decals and they really don't like humble decal fix. so I'm just trying to do what I can really to them. They don't look horrible, but they don't look great. So on the other panels, I'm just going to paint in, just using primary colours, paint in the controls. And if these don't come out, I've just put some varnish on it to try and bring it together. If it doesn't work, I will just take them off and repaint them by hand, I think. Yeah, I think if you're going to use the decals, your best bet is to remove all of the controls. Basically, might get a flat panel, because they do not like covering it. But we'll see how it goes. Okay, so the transfers, I put a layer of varnish on, and they don't look too bad. They are weird. I was going to put some lights in it, but when you put a light behind it doesn't really show up through the transfers. So it's a strange idea that they've done, unless they think you're going to paint your own. So I'm just going to do it unlighted. So these will come along. The slidey door section is done. I've painted the seats black, and then it's just a case of assembling some of it now and keeping going. I've got the walls on. I've just stuck figures in there just to show what it's going to look like, and I've started putting the exterior together. It's going to be a really difficult one to paint because you've got to assemble it before you can glue all the exterior together, so I'm going to try and cheat my way around it. But yeah, it's going together quite well. The plastic is weird stuff, doesn't like glue, so I'm having to use Plasweld on it, which is probably a bit strong for the actual plastic, so it's melting little bits of it. But otherwise, yeah, I mean, it's looking good. I think it will look really good when it's finished. So yeah, it's coming along. Okay, so I've started to undercoat the exterior in white. I've also started painting the figures, so I just base coated the flesh. I will show painting one of the figures, just so as you can see it. You'll see undercoating some of the stuff down there. You saw that before. Okay, so I've done a semi-gloss coat on the body, all the white parts, just to get ready for doing some decaling. Gradually painting some of the detail, but what I thought I'd do is, so I've undercoated all the fleshy figure parts in various shades of flesh colour. So what I'm going to do now is use flesh shade and just run that in. Put this on the stand, so I've got two hands going. Okay, so all we're going to do is run that into, this might be too dark a shade, we'll see how it dries. I've not really used this flesh shade before, but we'll see what it looks like, and we can always paint it over if it doesn't dry very well. But I'm hoping it will. So far the quick shades have been very... Okay, so the flesh wash has dried and it looks pretty good. So what I'm going to do is do some highlight with a lighter flesh colour, and then block in the eyes with white, and see what it looks like. That's how we go. So flesh wise, for the light, I'm going to use a bit of Vallejo light flesh. It might be too light, to be honest. See if it works. Yeah, that's worked quite well, so I'm going to do that on all of them and then paint their eyes in. Okay, I'm just clamping the back, gluing it all together. Figure wise, I painted them up. I've not gone too detailed on them. Interestingly, you get decals for the Starfleet badge and the rank, and it works really well. But I did have to buy some new solution. I went and got some microsol, which seems much better than Deckle Fix, which is rubbish. So yeah, next time we see it, it should be finished. Okay, well, I finished the shuttlecraft and thoroughly enjoyed making this one. It's a fair size, as you can see. Oh, front's fell off my Batmobile. Fix that afterwards. It's a fair size. It was really clever the way it went together. It's obviously been designed with painting in mind and sort of simple painting, so rattle cans, because it goes together in subsections and only goes right together at the end, but everything, all the joints are sort of hidden, and so it was really fun to do. Let's have a look. So I'll do some closer shots using my phone as well. So you can see you got the front, Galileo 2. I did it as Galileo 2 because obviously the original Galileo got destroyed, got burnt up in the Galileo 7. And you do get decals for any number of them, so I think one of them is called the Einstein or something. So you can do it any one you want. I imagine most people will do the Galileo or the Galileo 2. And this one is NCC 1701 and it's the 7th shuttlecraft. Presumably they named it, yeah, they had 6, and because one got destroyed it got renumbered. There's some interesting bits that we'll go into. So you can see you can have the step open or shut, so I had it open. You can have the landing gear sort of in place, you can fix it, or it's quite hinged, which I'll show you. So let's just have a quick look underneath. Actually, I'll turn it around. It's quite a big model. So you can see the back end, you've got the engine, which again you could light up. There's tons of room for lighting. I'm just a very lazy modeler. There's a hatch cover that covers the hatch, which I'm just varnished at the moment. It was basically just plastic. You can either glue it in place or slide it in place. You get this rather nice hinged ball joint sort of thing leg, so that works really well. The engine nacelles, and then you've got the doors, and the doors you can make open or closed, and it's really weird because they've done the bottom half as hinged. Let me get my finger in, it does open up, it's quite a tight fit. It's hinged, so you can, if you're doing an open one, you can use it, and that made the ramp to get down the thing. It's very well designed. The shuttle was designed by AMT, of course. They made the shuttle so that they could have it as a model kit, which I used to have years ago, and the price was they made a full-size mock-up for the show as well. But the doors you can either have closed like this, which I think makes more sense, or open and not there, which means you can see in, but they've not done anything so that you can have them open or closed or sliding or anything like that. I suppose a clever modeler could do it. But what they have done is, to get inside, the lid slides up, which I think is a really good feature because it's hidden, and we can see there's sort of minimal engine room detail. Now we'll go through it all, and then you also get this removable section for the top. I'm not sure quite why this is needed in there, because it's difficult to get on and off, and it just cuts down light going into it. But I suppose if you were doing a fully detailed interior, so it's just a panel. So I might leave that off. And then inside we've got the crew. I'll show you them individually as well. So you've got a pretty good control panel. You've got a sliding door at the back here. Again, it's very hard to get a grip on. There we go, so you can close the door. You've got a little removable hatch in the bottom floor section, which basically just shows a few controls, but it's difficult getting out. And like I say, you've got this minimal engine room area at the back. Let me just, we'll cut to the other camera and get a few close-ups. Okay, so let's have a look using the alternate camera. So I wonder if I can film through the doorway. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? I don't know where we want to. You can see people's legs. But yeah, so you've got the full crew. So you've got Scotty over there, Uhura, McCoy, Sulu, Chekhov. I've done his hair a little bit dark, should be a bit brown. And we've got Kirk. Going to focus. Now it's focusing on there you go, Kirk and Mr. Spock. And the seats do swivel, they sort of just plug in, so you can do various different scenes. Well, let's have a look at the crew. So we've got Uhura. I do need to touch up one of the eyes. It does look like she's winking. Which I suppose she might be winking at Spock. And then we've got Sulu. Like I say, you do get, you can see, you do get decals for the badges, which is good. And you've got Chekhov, Harry Walter Koenig Hans, Kirk. It's a good Kirk actually. I don't know whether these are the same figures as in the bridge kit. I have got that to make the new bridge kit as well. Scotty, which I think is a really nice one. You're going to focus. That's why I don't use this camera much. It doesn't like focusing. And you've got McCoy, who I think is the best one. I've done him looking a bit snidey-eyed. I might put him on that side, and then you can look snidey-eyed at Spock. You green-blooded Vulcan. That's terrible. Yeah, the door slides. Let's see if we can get that hatch out. I'm going to need a pin or something, but it's just a few controls underneath. Hinge. You've got a little step with some stuff in. And let's have a look at the control panels now they're in place. Oh yeah, we didn't look at Spock. So Spock's at the controls. The controls, like I say, the decals, if you're going to use the decals, shave all the detail off it, because you can see it's not settled properly, or don't use shitty Revel liquid stuff. Humble. And there's Spock. There's a lot of pointing. Oh, I've got some paint on his leg. I need to touch that up. There's a lot of pointing going on with the arms. But yeah, overall, I'm really pleased with this kit. I think got some controls over that side. I think it could be lit if you wanted to. It wouldn't take a lot of work to do, and I think it would add to it. But it's really detailed. You could super detail it if you want. The sets themselves on the show were quite bare, so I think they've done well to do it. The decals went on really nicely once I got the correct solution, and just a quick coat of semi-gloss varnish just ties them all in. So yeah, really nice. If you want to see me do the Star Trek bridge, then let me know in the comments, but otherwise thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you can, and I'll see you again next time. Thanks then. Bye.